Hello everybody, Average Gamer here. Welcome to a reaction slash first look at video where we're going to look at Superpower 3. So just a little bit of history about me in regards to my history with the Superpower franchise. I played the turn-based Superpower 1 back in the day, back in the early 2000s. I remember picking it up at the electronics boutique at the mall where I worked at the time. Back in '02, I think. I remember this new sticker. It says "New Release," and I was looking at it. I'm like, "Ooh, turn-based strategy." I've been playing a lot of Operation Flashpoint. That's a couple of years old at that point. And I was like, you know what? I need a new game to play. I've been playing the living daylights out of it. So it was like, okay. And I also picked up myself a copy of Flight Simulator 2002 on the same day as well, which was very interesting. Or it may have been just before or after. I can't remember which. But I remember getting Flight Sim 02 as well, roughly that same time frame. But yeah, so I remember playing the original Superpower 1 back in '02. It was turn-based. It was kind of clunky. I mean, it was their first game that Golem Labs made. I'm pretty sure. I think it was Golem Labs, right? Yeah, Golem Labs, yeah. I remember correctly, they had I think it was maybe 8 or 9 people working in their office back in the day, because I even I could look it up, and I did, but back in the day I think I used Lycos. Shows you how old I am. No, I didn't use Lycos. I think I used Yahoo. Google wasn't a thing yet, I don't think. Yeah, honestly, I don't even remember. But I remember looking up the information on Golem Labs, going on their website, looking into things, trying to figure out, hey, this game that I just bought for $20, is it even good? Are there patches already for it? And there already were, so I had to download patches already on my version of, day one. Overall, it was a good game. Didn't like the turn-based part of it. The UI sometimes didn't feel as intuitive as it was, but overall, I played it quite a bit. I played it a lot. We're talking thousands of hours. Then Superpower 2 came out 2 years later, which is the one that pretty much got everyone into the genre. That came with the world spinning globe, RTS, better UI, the news ticker, and all that stuff. And overall, definitely better. It had a lot of game-breaking bugs. Like the auto whatever it was. Basically every country would become completely self-sufficient. The longer your gameplay would go, every country would become self-sufficient. So in the end, the games always just broke down to just world conquest, basically. I like the treaty system to a point in those games. I liked certain aspects of the game. I like certain parts of the UI were really nice. Other parts just didn't feel right. In the end, I got to admit, it was a good game. It was an okay game. It's not one of my top 10 by any means. It was okay. If I remember correctly, a lot of people did not like it because of the UI crashing. I had a lot of crashing. I remember at one point I stopped playing it, and I only had the game for maybe I think it was 6 months on my old PC back in the day, because the game would just crash all the time. Whenever I get up to a certain date, and I'd look on forums, and the only fix I found for it later on was I think a couple of years later, was someone made a mod that fixed the problem. I couldn't even remember what the problem was. Because back in the day, right, they put out 2 or 3 patches, maybe 4, and then just move on to the next thing, right? So I don't know much about what Golem Labs actually did after Superpower 2. They did the In-Laws in 2010. Setup, which was on Wii. The Guild 3, really? They did the Guild 3? Oh, that's because it became THQ Nordic at that point. Okay, never mind. And then Superpower 3, obviously. So overall, so far, I'm interested. Am I excited? Not so much. Do I have hopes and let's put expectations. Yes, I do. Which we're going to get into right now. So firstly, we're going to look at some of the pictures on Steam here. So this screen grab, the UI very simplistic, which I don't mind. It looks kind of like a mix between Power and Revolution, and I think it's called Diplomacy. Diplomacy 3, Diplomacy 4. One second. I'll say Diplomacy 3 maybe. Suddenly my internet does not want to... Diplomacy 3 maybe. Yeah, so if you look at Diplomacy 3, for example, you can see what I'm talking about. Like all the icons and the way the icons are here versus down here. Kind of Diplomacy 3-esque a little bit, which is interesting. So we're playing this. So this whole image is of Canada. Your GDP. You have your overall actual. I'm going to assume your cash balance. I'm assuming ports and airports. Nuclear option. I'm assuming maybe military strength. War military strength is there. Naval strength is there. Then maybe this is your special forces. So I'm going to say this is the military option, or your military sphere as it was back in the day. And this will bring up, so Canada is technically 29th, at this point, 2019, 29th in the country military-wise. I'm going to assume that's special forces. Maybe naval power, like actual overall ground forces power, but then there's no air force. I don't know, then there's the nuclear power. I'm going to assume this is your economic panel. Kind of makes sense, right? Showing how much money you have. I'm going to assume this is something to do with trade. Or this is going to be trade, and this is maybe how you can control your ports and airports through your economy. Like investing in airports to get more tourists, maybe? And ports as well. This I'm going to assume is your government stuff. So maybe your government policies? No, because this looks like civics. Because it has like a city with a river or something in your population. So what did Superpower 2, when it broke into, it has strategic warfare, military sphere, economic sphere. Because remember, it had the three options: red, green, and Yeah, I honestly don't know. Because I can see this being civics. This is being your economics. So your economy, your civics, your military, maybe political. It's like external political stuff, maybe. Or maybe some... Or this actually might be civics, so you're dealing with all your civic stuff. And this is your actual government stuff, so your actual laws and all that stuff. For this thing here... So this is food. It's got what I'm assuming is going to be just generic meat. Probably what this is probably maybe plants. So like grains and things like that. I don't know what the last one would be, because the last one looks like a piece of corn though. So this one is like, oh, this should be cash crops maybe, and then regular crops like food crops. For natural resources. So we got wood, we got what looks like a potato, and then research. Okay. Vices, I like that. So we got wine, pot, and cigarettes. So I'm wondering, so we can probably set laws associated with that. Energy, petroleum. I'm going to assume for the energy, it being three different things. It could be oil production or petroleum based, so we like natural gas, oil. The middle one is maybe refineries, like how like the like who has like actual like gasoline refineries and things like that. And then the third one is a power pole, so maybe who has the like how your efficiency is with your production of power, maybe. Then you have your military industrial complex here, and because there's two guns, and then your civilian industry, which is good. Luxury goods, okay. Research, military or civilian probably, and then your services. And there's a little thing here. So currently we've got this icon up, which is industrial. So I'm going to assume this is heavily versus non-heavily industrialized. So the lighter, the more industrialized it is. So that's hence why like most of Europe is industrialized. And a lot of Africa is not, especially areas obviously in the Sahara. That's interesting. This kind of catches me off guard. This tells me that it was supposed to be released a while ago. Also this right here, 2 of 9. I'm going to assume maybe February 9th. 2nd of September, maybe? There are those. Oh, and then here's the thing. So apparently you'll be able to design your own avatar, and that will be the leader of the country. When you set your nationality and all that stuff, it'll show you where in the world that person theoretically is from, I guess. Which is cool, so you can actually pick out what your leader is going to look like, which I like. Now, I'm wondering if we're going to be having things like speeches, where you actually have your character out there talking, where your character will be like, we plan to go to the moon type thing, or and the person's mouth moves kind of like Power Revolution, where they kind of talk and their mouth really doesn't match what they're saying. Or if it's going to be kind of how that pre-rendered video was, where you're put on the mesh of theoretically a static or a generic image or generic mesh, and then they put your character on that mesh, but they've already predetermined what all the people are going to look like, because you get to pick up the list that they have, right? So you get to pick like your eyes, your skin, your physiology, your ethnicity, your hair, your clothing. I'm going to assume they have stock, like right here you can see, like they probably have stock heads. They probably have like 8 heads, meaning they only needed to do 8 different mouth things. Because really don't need to do much other than around here. Because then eyes and all that stuff can just be reactory. You can react to it. But this is interesting. I like this, so that you can actually create your own character. I like this. This is actually very interesting. So yeah, so you can see here they have, if you look, most of them have this same generic body structure in their face. So that tells me right there that, yeah, it's a generic mesh. They put you on the mesh, and hopefully the mouth works pretty good. And there's probably press conferences. That will be awesome. If you have to do press conferences every now and then, that would be pretty cool. I would like that. I think that would be pretty nifty. Here's a picture of the Earth. So we got Australia, China, all that stuff. So this is almost nighttime. So they're showing the day-night cycle, I'm assuming, from the original Superpower 2. That went to the 3D globe here, which is interesting. I hope you can turn these off, because that's going to get annoying, unless this is in like a photo mode or something. Here we get a picture of what the budget looks like. So the budget looks similar to Superpower 2. Let me find a budget image. Images. Right here. Wow, okay, that's not the image I wanted. Oh, am I gonna have to download the image? No! Okay. Oh, what if, can I open the image tab? I can. Alright. So a little, so you can see here, right? It was left, oh, actually, yeah. Left to right, healthcare, environment, infrastructure, propaganda, environment. Yeah, it's propaganda, environment, healthcare, propaganda, environment. Yeah, it's the exact same one. Foreign aid, civilian and military research, research in general, tourism, foreign aid. Yeah, it's the exact same budget screen. All these expenses here. Yeah, all the expenses up here, down here. Yeah, it's the exact same screen. Military upkeep, trade. Yeah, okay. Um, I wonder if we're just getting an upgraded version of Superpower 2 now. Because if, like, this screen alone is, like, could you not? Oh, come on. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Supposed to use urban population density. I'm. Yeah. Okay. Come on. Oh, here we go. Election. Oh, that's an election date. 12/8. So if we see this number on the left higher than 12, we know that it goes month day. Yeah, this is a little. Yeah, okay, you're going more in depth here. But really? Come on. Come on. Okay. So the budget screen we know is pretty much the same thing. Here's I say we're making this much. We're making 2.7 trillion. So I mean, this is basically the old screen just turned sideways. So original expenses were above, and then income was below, and then it would tally off everything after the fact. Boo! That's a definite boo. Oh, like, come on, guys. Like, I kind of expected more from you than to just change the orientation of the budget screen. Wow. I'm gonna put in the fact that, okay, but I mean, it's been 20 years. 20 years since the last game came out. No, that was the first game. It's been 18 years since the last version of this game came out. And you're telling me the best thing you could do right now for the budget screen is just turn it sideways. Oh, oh no. Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna no. I'm not gonna get. Oh yeah, because month and day, so it's this the 8th of December. Like we'll see. We'll see. I will say this: this is already easier to read than a lot of other games. Like I'm looking at Power and Revolution. I like it. Always have. Approval ratings. So this is just where someone's hit a button and they've yeah, because this is yellow. Oh, here we go. So this is your government tab. And whatever this is, yeah, so this was right, yeah, so this is like your government stuff. Just government approval, yellow, right there. I do like the green line, it shows you which it is. Obligatory nuclear weapon, nuclear detonation in, I'm gonna say, maybe Afghanistan? Afghanistan might be a little higher, maybe might be in either way. It's close to Pakistan. It's Pakistan / Afghanistan. It's like right there. But yeah, so Overall, um, we're not seeing much. Um, Windows 10, 8 gigs. You need a GTX 750. Theoretically, it's going to be 55 gigs. 1650 at the high end. So this isn't going to be a beast of a game, graphics wise. They never were. Honestly, after looking at this budgetary screen, I'm not going to say it's got me nervous, but I'm not going to say that they have my money. Nothing in here screams, take my money. Right now, this screams Superpower 2 upgraded, remade. Right now, I'm just seeing, oh yeah, okay, so I can filter through options on a map and see things. I could do that in 2. There's nothing new there. New, different UI, cool. But what about the like? I have a lot of questions. A lot of questions. Like, does every country after you play for a certain amount of hours become self-sufficient, like in Superpower 2? Will everyone in the world declare war on you if you completely hit the occupy button, where your army just splits equally to every province? Will every country in the world declare war on you the moment you do that, like they did in the first game? Will we be able to actually build industrial facilities? I noticed that in the budgetary page. Okay, there's options here to adjust the amount of space for crops being used, which is interesting. And adjust budgets to change your population density. I'm assuming, yeah. So I'm assuming that's like just oh, there we go. So I think I know what this is. So this is natural, unclaimed, like just natural territory. This is territory used for crops. This is oh no, wait, no, maybe that is. Maybe that's available amount. That's the amount being used. And that's the amount of urban areas, maybe? So your total land use, right? So that's towns. I'm assuming the available amount of crop space you have, so you have 22% more. I don't know. I definitely have questions. Like, can I actually build things in my country? I would like to, at a power revolution, be able to build nuclear power plants. Or even like Supreme Ruler, be able to build things in my country to positively affect them. Not just move sliders around. I would like the ability, like Power and Revolution, to be able to put money into industries to boost them. I think that would be interesting. What else? I still want the ability to design my own units, like in Superpower 2. If I cannot design my own units, like in Superpower 2, we have a problem. This kind of makes me want to go back and play Superpower 2 to a point. But the thing is, I play vanilla, I don't play with mods. And the vanilla game is still to this day broken. So, support your crap is the other request I have. I mean, it's THQ Nordic, so I'm assuming they're, going to for a little while. Yeah, so overall, I'm looking forward to it to see what happens. Don't let me down, guys. I've been a fan of you guys for almost 20 years. I got Superpower 1, I got Superpower 2. Let's see, Let's see how this is. Give us more information as well. Looking at the Steam page right now for it, we don't get much info. Go to wish list because I added to my wish list. Where is it? Yeah, we don't get that much info. So we'll have to see just how this goes. But I'm interested. I'm interested. I like how someone's already put in a review, but it's like, how can you put in a review for something that isn't out yet? Is back. Check it out. Coming soon. Like, one curator has reviewed this product. Like, yeah, let's look at this curator. Apparently, oh, it's actually THQ Nordic. So THQ Nordic is their own curator. Okay, well, good for them. But yeah, so yeah, I gotta admit, I'm right now. I'm going to be reserved on whether I'm going to say it's a good or bad thing. From what I'm seeing right now, because we don't have enough information right now. We have a lack of information. I don't want to say how I think this game is going to be or look, or even how it is going to go. We will see just how things fan out when it comes to more and more information, and yeah, we'll go from there. With that in mind, thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.